Laura and today I'm doing my BookTubeAthon wrap-up. So I said that I would actually get a move on and post the BookTubeAthon wrap-up actually after the BookTubeAthon. That didn't happen, as you can tell. So the BookTubeAthon was finishing. It finished a week yesterday, so today is Monday and I'm filming it today. I don't know if I'll be able to put it up today because I have to go to work in a few hours. But I am wrapping up the BookTubeAthon. Yeah, I think I've done reasonably okay with the BookTubeAthon this year. I could have done better, but I enjoyed what I was reading, and to be honest, that's all that really matters. So the first book I read for the BookTubeAthon was A Butterfly Lion by Michael Morpurgo. I gave this 4 stars. I started reading it basically midnight of the night of the BookTubeAthon on the Sunday or Monday. I'm getting confused with the days. And I finished it in an hour-ish. It's only 100-ish pages. This completes the challenge of reading a book that I don't put down. After that book, I picked up this one, Girl Online by Zoe Sugg. I picked this up around the afternoon of the next day, and this is my sister's favourite book, so it completes that challenge. And it also completes the blue on the cover and surname same as mine, if you want to count that. I don't know if that's cheating. But I really loved this book. I gave it 5 stars. Can't wait to read the new one. I don't know if it's going to be this any good, because I do find sometimes sequels don't always go as well. This works really well as a standalone. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I really related to it, and I don't know, I just can't see enough praises. I know there's a lot of criticism with this, but you can really see a lot of Zoe in it, and even if she didn't put pen to paper, I can see that most of these ideas are from her. I thoroughly enjoyed this, and if the whole criticism and the whole hype that went around has put you off, I'd highly suggest picking it up again, because I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's about a girl called Penny. Yeah, Penny. It's a girl called Penny who suffers from anxiety, and a few things happen along the way, and I really found myself relating to this as someone who has experienced anxious moments. And I don't know if you could say I suffer from anxiety, but I am a very anxious person. I enjoyed the blogging aspect. It made me want to get back into blogging, although I haven't yet. I enjoyed the photograph, talking about how I like the way she talks about taking photographs and things. I used to do a lot of that when I was a lot younger. I don't do it so much now, but I really do love photography as a thing. I almost took it as an A-level, but the coursework put me off. But yeah, I just generally love this book. I highly recommend it. The next book I picked up was one that I really wanted to read, and that was What Would Mary Berry Do by Claire Sandy. Now this one took me a while to read, and that's probably why I didn't read as much on the BookTubeAthon. I thoroughly enjoyed this and gave this 4/4.5 stars. There were bits that I wasn't too keen on, but once we got past the really slow beginning, I generally loved it. I loved the family aspect and the friend aspect and the bake-off aspect. I really enjoyed this one and would recommend it if you're a fan of bake-off. Now, I actually read 2 things that weren't on my TBR, and they were 2 graphic novels. I wanted a little gap between reading Girl Online and reading What Would Mary Berry Do, so I went to my list of books that I downloaded from Humble Bundle and read 2 graphic novels. So the first one I read was Sex Criminals, and no, it didn't do it for me. I really didn't enjoy it. It wasn't what I was expected, and I gave it 2 stars. The next graphic novel I read was The Wicked and the Divine, the Volume 1 of Faust act or part. I gave this one 3 stars. It was a bit better, and I really loved the ideas behind it, but I couldn't get into the graphic novel format. The illustrations were beautiful, and the idea of it was beautiful as well, about the gods coming back and reincarnating sort of thing. I really enjoyed that aspect. I also enjoyed the idea of Faustus. At the beginning, we studied that in A-level for, we studied Dr. Faustus by Christopher Marlowe for A-level, so I enjoyed that aspect as well. However, I felt like there was a lot missing and I couldn't follow the storyline very well. So in general, from just reading those two graphic novels, I don't have a very big opinion on them anymore. I will try a couple of others. I have one of the saga volumes and I'm going to try that one and see how that goes. But for me, I'm seeing a pattern that I'm just not a graphic novel kind of person. So, which is sad because I know there is a lot of graphic novels out there and that's something that I can't enjoy. But yeah, so unfortunately I didn't enjoy them two books, but I don't know if you count them as a BookTubeAthon because they weren't on my TBR, but that's two extra things that I read in the week of the BookTubeAthon. So the final book I kind of read but didn't for the BookTubeAthon is Remix by Non Pratt. The final book that I started reading in the BookTubeAthon was Remix by Non Pratt. I read about half of this before the BookTubeAthon ended, but then I continued it on because this book is amazing. 5 stars flat out. I think I gave 5 stars to Trouble by Non Pratt as well. I am thoroughly enjoying her books and can't wait to hear more from her. This book is set over a weekend at a festival and it's about friendships and relationships and all the things that go down. There were some unrealistic parts, I have to say, but on the whole it gave a really good vision of teenagers in Britain at the age of about 16, 17, 18 sort of age. And I think it works really well. I'm not a person who's ever been to a festival or ever really gonna go to one. They're not my kind of atmosphere unless you count a book festival. But they're not really for me, and I really enjoyed reading this because I got the experience through the book. I found myself really loving this one and I teared up quite a lot through this book. Her writing has made me cry before with Trouble and it's made me cry again with this one. So I'd really recommend this one and it was a great read. So at the end of the BookTubeAthon I had read these 3 books, my 2 graphic novels if you want to include them, and half of this book, and I completed, let me think, I completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the challenges. I think if you include this for multiple challenges I completed 5 of them. But yeah, I really enjoyed BookTubeAthon this year. I didn't join in with any of the video challenges. They're mostly the same as last year. I also got a bit confused with the EST time and having to constantly change it for when it's ending, for when we're here, sort of thing. But I did really enjoy the BookTubeAthon this year and it really got me back into reading. And I'm actually continuing reading my BookTubeAthon TBR at the moment. I just finished reading Queen of Babel by Meg Cabot. I really enjoyed that one as well. And now I'm on to Juvie by an author that I've forgotten, but I've only just got into that so I can't really tell how I'm feeling about it. I am getting a very Orange is the New Black-esque theme to it. However, I don't know whether I like it or not because obviously if it's too similar it's going to push me away a little bit because I could just watch the TV show. So I'm hoping it's done really well and really look forward to reading it. So that's the end of my BookTubeAthon wrap up. Let me know how you guys did on the BookTubeAthon if you participated, and also let me know if you've read any of these books or plan to. So I'll see you guys soon with another video and I can't wait to hear your comments.